I'm an idiot and I don't know how to use computers, apparently. One of these newfangled things, at least. Welcome back, everybody. It's last call. We're drinking more.
Hey there.
We're having a good time.
Hey there, fellas.
Hey, you.
What's going on?
Look at you sitting over there.
Fancy meeting y'all
Doing
here.
your thing.
Hey, I have a bone to pick with you, David. Where's the stupid basketball schedule?
I know, right? Why we've got a basketball schedule? I've been looking
It's
to
August.
ruin Ryan's. I'm looking to ruin Ryan's night for weeks now, and I got nothing.
Well, I got news for you. We're gonna play on some weekends and some weeknights, and we're gonna play basketball. Some at the box, some at other places.
When and where?
We're gonna win every single goddamn game we play.
Ooh,
We better.
And who cares about the rest?
But only the home ones. We're not winning any away games. That's not our thing. That's not the coach. The Coach Hayes way is to win no road games.
We're winning a fucking road game this year. I promise.
We should have scheduled like a home game at Carver Bible. Like, let's go play. Let's go play.
Right,
All right, we got one.
Like, you guys actually have. Y'all actually have a home court, right? There actually is a court there. It's not just a practice court you've got. You actually have legit.
It's outdoors. It's out at the local park.
It's got to be at least as good as a sports arena.
Oh yeah.
Well, the sports arena was garbage, guys. I mean,
I missed the sports arena.
I'm glad, but
I don't miss sports arena at all. I mean, I'm glad we had it. You know, it was our little history. It was fun, but we should have gotten rid of it a long time ago. We should have had something else a long time ago. So this is good.
I mean, I love the box. It's great.
I do think the box looks like we went in and got like bottom dollar everything. Like, it's great. It's beautiful. It looks cool. It's great. But those seats look super duper cheap.
You even had padded seats. You paid a bunch for some padded seats.
Yeah,
super cheap padded seats, though. Those are good.
I still just think that they need to do something with the outside of it. They need to paint it. I think doing some murals or something, and like, or maybe like some like urban murals, like are all over Atlanta. You know, and Summer Hill specifically is famous for it. Like, bring some of that in and like just paint it the whole thing up with like cool shit.
Well, they got some cool. I mean, you know, like in the arena side of things, or like, because they have
on the outside. The outside is just a big gray canvas.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the appeal. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look like this.
But it's in Summer Hill. Do some murals and shit.
I mean, I don't disagree with that idea. I think that they should do that with the parking deck they're building,
which is definitely being built now.
How's that coming along? Yeah,
I mean, they've broken ground. They've dug a bunch of dirt out.
We've not gone vertical yet.
I don't think so. Last I saw, I'm pretty sure they're still digging a pit.
Okay.
But I drive by it most days, so.
Yeah, so we have some underground parking.
I wonder how many stories it's going to be.
What did Charlie tell us about how many spots? There's like 900 spots or something like that. Was it that many?
Wow.
Or am I making that up? I'm probably making that up.
900 is not. I mean, we'll need them at some point, right?
900 seems high because 100 spots per level and 9 stories seems high. It's got to be less than that. Probably like 400 spots or something. I don't know. I mean, but if that's gonna be the only parking we have for the entire area once baseball ever gets built and everything around there, that'd be a long walk. I mean, not a super long walk, but that's a hefty walk to get to. We just gotta. We all have to make sure that our careers take us into a big enough direction that we can keep on the bricks tailgating forever.
That's right. That's really why I work.
I work to tailgate.
Word.
No, you don't like this? You don't like silence?
No. I'm sure our listeners don't either, but no one's watching right now, so that's good.
I bet.
How often do these get listened to? Like the last calls. Yeah.
Last calls actually don't do too bad. The YouTube views do better than the podcast downloads, but yeah, they do pretty good. A few dozen.
Nice. So, like it.
We do it far better than I ever thought that a podcast about Georgia State would do, from a couple of drunk guys talking about Georgia State.
Even when you subtract out like bots and stuff.
Well, I don't know how much that is. It could be all bots for all I know.
So when are we gonna get info about this upcoming season we have? We're
Who
now
knows,
in the
man?
month. We're in the month, right?
Yeah, game 1 is 30 days from right now.
What do you
Which we
need
gotta
from
get
them?
the tailgating plans.
Official tailgate information that says what we can and can't do.
What do you no? We show up as early as we want on the bricks.
Do whatever you want.
Like,
We-
what are you looking
It's
for?
what we do. That is what we do. That
It's
is true
pretty much what
story.
we do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like potentially Eli might make it a little more structured this year. We'll see.
Well, there's there are changes coming, and people need to know what those are.
Right.
So you don't want to show up and expect one thing. Like today, when I took my daughter to school for the very first time, and when her older sister went to that school, they got out at school at 2:30, but now she gets out at 2:45, which does not work out very well because the other kid also gets out of school at 2:45. They're not in the same building. They're close. They're close, but not when you got a 4-year-old's legs that you're walking with. You're like, hurry up. Your sister's already out of school. We've got to get there before they call DFAX on us.
I'm quite sure that multiple kids are in the same situation and they're just used to it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But I'm calling DFAX on your ass.
But it was so nice. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't already. You've been here.
I'd lose all my libertarian cred.
That's the only reason why Ryan's not called child services on me is he doesn't want to get lambasted from the Libertarian Party even more than he already has.
I was gonna say, yeah, doesn't want to. Yeah, sure. Oh boy, they hate me.
Do you go to events and get dirty looks and stuff like that?
I'm not really going to a lot of events anymore, but yeah, I got cussed out at the convention, so there's that.
Tim, have you seen libertarians? The only look they have is dirty because they're dirty people. I mean, you wear your boot on your head. You're not that clean of a person, and
we are like modern day hippies.
Good point.
No, hippies were classier than this crap, and I vote libertarian. And I vote libertarian.
Dang. Well, I'm like modern day hippie, but I'm like gold standard libertarian. So
hippie with a job.
What's a gold standard libertarian?
I'm the best. I don't know.
Oh.
Never voted for another party before.
I'm the best.
No, I voted for McCain. Are you kidding me?
Ooh. I voted for McCain. I think
that's big trouble in our circles, man.
I think McCain was the last non-libertarian that I voted for.
Well, he was like the first person I voted for, and I had no idea libertarian was a thing.
Right.
It happens. You live, you learn.
I think I want to drill a hole in this little thing. I think it's got one of those things built in to keep you from getting drunk. So it only allows so much out at one time.
Oh yeah, you got
which keeps the drink lasting. But yeah,
or just take the lid off.
See, that's why I keep you around for genius remarks like that.
While you're all like, let's drill a hole, I might just take it off, man.
I'm always looking to force
the
things
lid comes off.
Did you guys watch Quarterback on Netflix?
No, is it good? I watched the preview for it, and I couldn't bring myself to actually hit play.
What is it? I mean, obviously about quarterback, but like, what is it about?
So
like it
follows 3 quarterbacks through the 2022 season, and those quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and your own Marcus Mariota.
I thought all the clips that I saw of Kirk Cousins seemed like he's a really funny guy. And
oh my God, him and Patrick Mahomes look like 2 people I would love to hang out with. Like they are just the coolest. Like just Patrick Mahomes has like that dumb laugh, like where he says something and he's not sure if it's funny or not, so he just laughs at himself. I've got no idea who's like that at all. But
well, I love the Patrick Mahomes wasted during their parade with like
oh yeah,
and everyone was like, he just handed the trophy. Apparently, it wasn't like the trophy or something. Like it wasn't quite what happened, but like he was obviously just like fucking wasted.
I mean, he's what 25, 26 years old or something like that. You know, back-to-back. I almost said World Series, back-to-back Super Bowl champions. But no, it was cool. It was good. If you're a Falcons fan, it's really cool to see behind-the-scenes stuff at the Falcons. But if you're a Falcons fan, you don't want to see that behind the scenes of your team. They don't really hold anything back about Mariota just fucking quitting on the team once he got replaced by Ritter.
I was kind of wondering about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He quit out. Let's be honest, right?
To be fair,
To be fair,
his first child had just been born, but that wasn't the reason why he said that he had took time away from the team. He fabricated a knee injury and just wasn't fucking there.
I just didn't want to play anymore because I wasn't going to play anymore.
If I can't be the starter, I'm not going to play.
Pretty much. That's it.
I'm leaving the ball and I'm going home.
Yeah. You know what? You know how much money I would take to sit on a bench for a couple hours a week?
Oh, for sure, right?
What's the low number? That's the question.
Yeah.
I mean, wait. So you gotta have practice too, right? So you can't have another job.
Right.
Yeah. My salary.
Salary.
I would take my salary to be the backup quarterback for the Falcons. Never play. That would be so much better than my job is now.
No, they'll put you in to hand the ball off at the end.
That just makes me think of Blue Mountain State. You know, that's you.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that was a great movie. Or
You're
TV
like,
show.
no. I'm not gonna do better. It's gonna be just good enough to be the backup.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all I want to do.
So are you getting excited about the Falcons' upcoming season? You getting juiced? Feel like they're gonna overperform?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way I am about all my teams. Is as the season concludes, I'm like so down. This is gonna be the worst next season ever. Just whatever. And as
it's hard to
get
be
closer.
Worse.
Well, we were.
We tried.
I gave up being a fan for a while.
Not
that I gave up being a fan. I would still tell people I like the Falcons and I'm rooting for them, but I stopped watching any of it.
Oh, I can't. It's a train wreck. I've got to stare at everything. I want to see all the gore and misery. But then it's also, I went through a change, like I guess about 10 years, 11 years ago, something like that, where I used to get super duper emotional and take wins and losses incredibly personal. Like if we won, it's because I did it, and if we lost, my life was over type stuff. And my then girlfriend, now wife, was like, I can't deal with this. This is too much. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then the Falcons lost a playoff game to the Giants, 30-something to 2. Having scored a safety for the first score, and we just never scored again. And that game, I was like, I should be upset about this, but fuck it, I don't care anymore. And I just my heart had been broken so much that by the time the Super Bowl rolled around and we lost that game,
you're like, give me more.
It was me. It was me and it was like 40 people of us at one house. And there's like one buddy and me just watching the game. And like, even when the score was up, we're like, not big enough. This is not a big enough lead. This is not how Atlanta teams operate. We do not have a big enough lead to win this game. So when it was over, I was like, all right.
It seems so unstoppable.
I
got a lot of credit in my marriage because it would, like, if we won, I was like really excited and positive and like, it was the greatest thing that ever happened up until that point. And if we lost, I was just like, whatever. What are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like I can just forget about Georgia State now.
I can't do that.
My problem was like, I would, if we won, I would want to keep the party going as long as possible, but I'd be like relatively responsible. I just keep on drinking my beer and have a good time. But if we lost, it's like, where's the bourbon? I need to go to hard liquor. I need a hard liquor now.
Stat.
And I would keep drinking just as hard as I was during the game. And like, it would just,
I mean, the only time I've woken up in my own vomit in the last 15 years or so has been after a Georgia State game where I think we won.
You won?
I'm pretty sure
won,
we
and I
won.
vomited.
I'm pretty sure we won, and that meant shots like everywhere along the way, and you and people. And I think we had the Narragansett at that point too, so I was drinking a lot of beers in the stadium.
Okay.
Is that where we went over to what's his face's house afterwards?
Oh, I went over to Aubrey's house?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it was that night. No.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know. I can't do that anymore.
Go to Aubrey's house.
No, not go to Aubrey's house.
It was weird because it's like it is a lot of like you're like, oh shit, I'm old.
Yeah.
Like, it's just immediately like, oh shit, I'm old.
Yeah, it hits immediately. But no, I'm very much a keep the party rolling kind of guy. Or this is horrible. I just want to consume as much as possible right now to make me forget the heartache. But yeah.
I kind of like going over to Halfway Crooks after the game. We did that a time or two. That's always fun.
And there's no liquor. You can't fuck up. I mean, you can fuck up, but not that bad.
Yeah, it'll take you a while.
No, I so Cooper wants to come to all the games with me this year, and I told her not the first one because it's a Thursday night game and she has school on Friday morning. So
Right.
that's
responsible.
out.
Yeah.
But I think after that, yeah, she'll probably come to all the games. We'll see. I'll bring her to the first few and see if she wants to keep on sticking around. 'Cause, like, if you come to the tailgate, you got to go to the entire game. Like, there's no mommy coming to pick you up. That you're with me the entire time, which makes me
running away, right?
Which means I've got to be responsible because I'm in charge of another human being. Which I don't know why anybody thought that was a good idea. I'm barely in charge of myself.
No comment. I did think that was funny when bringing Izzy out of the hospital for the first time. I was just like, so there's not like a test. There's not like I don't have to write anything down. I don't have to. Just let me bring this child away from here now. Like,
how will you be paying for this? That's all we need to know.
Yeah, right.
I had a friend of mine, a Georgia Southern friend of mine, and he had kids before he had kids before I did, and he's like, "What was it like driving home that first time? Where you're like just super nervous, like driving like so slow, whatever?" And I'm like, "No, I got in the car with the kid and my wife and
drove home.
I mean, I wasn't like racing anybody or anything, but we were driving a, I don't know what kind of car we had back then, and I'm like." He's like, you're something's wrong in your head that you weren't scared about driving your kid. I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's just a fact that proves how bad of a father I am. Like, I just don't care.
What is being extra careful gonna do? It's not like you wreck
feel like
all the time everywhere you go. Maybe he gets into wrecks all the time, and so he was like, "You got to be really careful now because there's the baby."
He's like, not like bumper cars out there on 400 or something. I was just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go home like I've done so many times over the past 4 days as I was waiting to bring this kid home.
I mean, I feel like he would cause the accident by driving slow. You're in Atlanta. True. You can't drive slow. It's not.
Somebody said this on the radio, and they were like, when have you ever had to change your driving for someone driving faster than you? When have you had to change your driving for someone driving slower than you? When you're forced to change your driving is when accidents happen. I'm like, it makes sense to me. I like it.
Yeah,
I agree.
The great libertarian Neil Boortz said that.
Lifetime member.
Yeah, I think he's given up on it too.
Lifetime. I mean, Bill Barr is still a lifetime member. Bob Barr.
Bill Barr is the comedian, right?
Yeah, Bob Barr.
Bill Burr. Bill Burr.
I think there might be. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, with names like that, there probably is a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So I thought I put my watch on silent, but it's dinging if you can hear it.
Ding,
cannot.
Ding. I can hear it in the background.
All right.
Is it these quality mics we have?
They are high quality mics.
So, Secret Invasion.
What did you think?
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was fine, but like
it's getting a lot of beef.
It's getting a lot of like I'm reading some of the articles. I'm just like, guys, it wasn't that bad.
I think it could have been better, but
Sure.
I mean, I think it left a couple of holes out there, and I knew it was going to be difficult for them to do that from the beginning with the whole premise of people having been Skrulls for longer. But I enjoyed it. Like, is every single comic book a knock out of the park? No, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
It was fine. That's people that are upset about. The only thing that I got was, we did end the series with quite possibly the most powerful person in existence.
Right. Exactly. Which I thought was kind of. I thought the way they handled the whole Super Skrull thing was a little.
They didn't explain it at all. They were just like, we have this technology that lets us do this because we can transform, I guess.
But it wasn't even then like I'm going to mimic the people I see. It's like we farmed DNA. And I'm like,
it was a stretch. It felt weird. But comic book movies, like you said.
But otherwise, they would have had to bring in all those characters for them to have to mimic and stuff. But I still enjoyed it. I've actually
done that.
I've enjoyed all of the Marvel stuff that's come out since Endgame. Some of it's been ho-hum, but every one of them has been must-watch TV for me. I watch every one.
Yeah.
When they come out. So,
yeah.
I am looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out on Friday.
Oh no, that looks really good. That's who did that? It was
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen.
What?
He's He's Bebop, I think.
It's
He's
and it's
Bebop.
animated in like it almost looks like the Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse stuff.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's animated that way, where it's like sort of stop motion-y, but animated.
And they actually have actual teenagers that are voicing the characters.
Yeah.
And one thing is I watched a quick little blurb, whatever, and Seth Rogen said the one part of all of the TV shows and all the movies they've done is they've never really focused on the teenage aspect of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's what he wanted to do. And so they even, like, instead of having the kids record their lines privately, they got them all in one room together and had them talk over each other and like be kids and do stuff. So it's going to be more like, well, oh, that's exactly what I need to do, is be around more kids talking over each other. That sounds fantastic.
I don't know. I thought it looked good, and it looks like a new and interesting twist on a classic.
I agree. On to Next Vodka.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
The
Which
original
one?
with
The
Corey
original.
Feldman.
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw that in the theater. I have the soundtrack CD, the TURTLE power, TURTLE power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
with the hockey mask.
No, he was in the first one. Casey
That
Jones.
and the video games was like fun.
Video games.
Oh, the video game was great. Like the Double Dragon style video game. That was fantastic. Yeah. Oh man, that was great. Yeah, I love that. And I feel like I was just.
I know people are listening. They're like, what's Double Dragon?
Right. I was just a little bit too old for the cartoon when it came out. Yeah. Like I was kind of past that age, but I still watched all that kind of stuff.
Age.
And I remember actually being in like Target, and like I saw that like the Teenage Ninja Turtle like action figures, and I had not bought or wanted an action figure in years, and I'm like, I want a Leonardo. I just want to have it. Like, I'm not going to play with it. I just want a Leonardo. And that was the one turtle they didn't have. I was like, all right, well, if they don't have the one that I want, then I'm not going to do it, because I wanted the blue. I wanted the blue eye band because I was a Georgia State Panther before I knew I was a Georgia State Panther. See, look at that. Apparently. Look how I tied that back in there. Tight.
I had the bus.
Very tight.
That had like the door that swang open and like.
And it shot the pizzas out.
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was rad.
Yeah. Yeah, you're bringing Rad back. I like that.
I like Rad. I miss Rad.
I keep on saying that I want to bring Rad back, but I never. Then I say it, then I never say the word again. But you've been dropping the Rad bomb lately a lot. I like it. Ryan.
I paused it for a little while. I'm bringing it back again.
I think Rad. I mean, hell, all the other '90s clothing and everything's coming back. We went and we didn't. My wife went. Kim went and bought clothes for the kids for school.
It's all like high-waisted jeans and stuff.
Yeah, and like the floral print dresses type things. Like it was like all like I mean, everything that she came home with. I was like, yes, I used to see kids in my school wear that clothes. So I like it. I liked it. I was a fan of the '90s. I love the '90s. So I'm in.
The '90s were great.
Yeah.
You didn't like them?
I mean, they were good because I was a kid and that's fun. But like, looking back on it, the style's not one that I would say we should go back to.
Yeah, no.
Did you watch the '90s show, the 70s show sequel, whatever?
No.
Oh man, it's so bad that it's amazing. I actually just rewatched it the other day.
You've watched it not once but twice.
I've watched it. I've not once but twice. Yes. I mean, I think honestly the concept was fine, and like their plays into the '90s were great. It was just like the storytelling, like it just wasn't as good of a sitcom as what the '70s show was. Not because of the '90s aspect, just the story wasn't like, the jokes weren't hitting as hard as what they were.
Well, it was a money grab.
Oh yeah, but it was nostalgia. I loved it. You know, having been a child of the '90s, and then watching that '70s show and getting the characters back and the daughter, and like, oh yeah, hell, he named his daughter Leia after Princess Leia. So come on, man, how do you hate on that?
I mean, I've never seen the show, so
it's worth a watch. If
people
you ever
couldn't see my faces, I was making faces.
If you had ever watched that '70s show and enjoyed an ounce of it, it's worth the watch. Plus, Kitty and Red were the best characters in that '70s show, and they're main characters in the '90s show. So, again, worth it.
How old are they in it then?
Well, they're aged appropriately. They're playing their ages, I guess.
So what, 20 years older than they were?
Yeah, so they're what, in their 70s, something like that?
Well, they were already pretty
60s,
old.
60s, 70s. No, old people looked old back then.
Oh,
If you, like people like look like the women that are in Sex and the City are the same age as the women were in Golden Girls like back then. Like people just look
did you see
older.
there's a new Sex in the City thing? I was like, what the fuck, guys?
No, I
Another
don't know
one?
I don't know about that at all. I don't. I've
Again?
never. I'm not gonna say I've never watched Sex and the City. I'm sorry. I can say I have never watched Sex and the City. Sex and the City has been on in a room that I've been in, but I've never actually like watched it. I'm sure
You didn't turn it on.
I
is what
have,
you're
but I've
saying.
never turned it on.
That said, the movies I've never seen any of them. There's more than one.
I've never
I don't
seen
know.
the movies.
I've never seen it. I know there's a Mr. Big, and that's kind of the extent that then she was like
I think we're losing people.
Yeah,
a sex column. It's losing me. Kim's buying more mugs to do.
Nice. We get them free
To
samples.
to go over to the whatever place, Decatur Art Center,
Decatur Makerspace.
Makerspace.
Yep.
With lots of cool toys inside.
All those wonderful toys. Yes.
What's that from? Is that from something?
I think I was still trying to figure out what the line is from Batman.
Uh,
I kind of want to Google this place now. Decatur Makerspace.
It's in the gym of a church, and they pay $1 rent, so all their membership dues pretty much just go towards fun stuff. And it's a 24-hour access place. If you get your little key fob, you can go in there and you can use any of their machines, any of their stuff, and there's welding and lasers and crocheting and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so she got into it a few weeks ago, and she's been spending most of her nights there lately, which I fully support because I do my stuff. She needed to do her stuff. But that said, I think we have exhausted the last call stuff.
All right, let's wrap up.
All right.
Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
There
Where
you
does
go.
he get those wonderful toys?
Where does he get those wonderful toys? Where does he get those wonderful? Yeah, Jack Nicholson's a better actor than I am. I can't do it. So.
Well, I mean, he's better than 99.999% of everyone else.
The world
too, so.
of the world. Yes. All right. Thanks, bye for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.